Hey guys, Joe here from XFoxGames, and check it out, we got the OFD's QUIK here. This thing is absolutely ridiculous. Now, we did want some of the accessories that came along with this that we talked about, but we'll talk about those here in a little bit and why I actually didn't want to get them for my kind of normal wars that I go to. But first off, before I even start, I did buy this from Valtech Armory here. You guys can go ahead and check them out. And I know some people are going, well, why didn't you just print your own and make it? It's because, you know, me making this for the first time, I'm like, I usually want to see one in the hands before I actually do it. Plus, he's made a few of these, and I knew that the one I would get is going to be freaking ridiculous, and it is. And he serialized them, and I did get #1, so check that out. And I love supporting other YouTubers. So again, a big thank you to him, and go ahead and check it out, if you, or even message him if you guys are looking to get one of these. This thing is insane. But nonetheless, this is, one of the newer 3D printed blasters that are out kind of on the market. I would say probably been out there for a couple weeks depending on when you guys watch this. And I first saw this, I believe it was Wallcom. He did a short on it, and I was like, oh my gosh, look at that thing. That thing is freaking crazy. And it has a lot of the cool features that I kind of want in a kind of secondary, but you could definitely use this as a primary depending on what your type of gameplay is. But still, nonetheless, it is awesome. So let's take a look at this thing, of course, in the hands here. It looks really, really good. I mean, the colors, the pink, the orange, the green, the kind of black handle. You know me, I'm not a big fan of black anywhere on my blasters that I use, but I think this does have enough, look to it that no one's going to mistake it for a real, real steel type firearm, which is awesome. But you could definitely print the, the bottom down here, or I could even print it like in a yellow, a pink, and orange, something like that. But I still think that looks really, really awesome. Now, I did mention in the beginning that, yeah, I did not opt for the lower accessories. There is a whole bunch of them here, which I think are cool. They all do run off of green gas. They are from OFD, but there are other ones like, the Proud Papa and things like that you can stick down here to add something to bust shields, like a mega shooter or something like that. I really like the shells from OFD, but I just didn't want to mess with green gas, and I don't know what the rules are about green gas in my local field, so I was like, yeah, you know what, I don't want to mess with that. I think it's awesome, but I didn't want to do it. One of the things that kind of drew me to this blaster is in the back here, it uses the FlyCore system. That whole system is supposed to be kind of modular, so as this blaster's been out for a little while, more designers started getting into it. You're able to kind of use this whole core system here and just drop it into other blasters, whether they're longer, smaller, whatever it is, and just be ready to go. And you don't have to go the smaller flywheel route. I've seen others do like the larger flywheel route. They tend to stick out, but hey, it is what it is. So just kind of keep that in mind, that this is supposed to be modular, or at least the FlyCore system here is supposed to be modular, which I think is kind of awesome, but I still can't get over serial #1. I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. One of the also biggest things about this is it both uses the standard angled mags here from Work of the Talon mags right here, and then of course it uses the newer slim slanted mags here, and I already have a bunch of these for my Nightingales. So I was like, man, I could use either or. I'm like, that is freaking awesome. I think it looks great using both. I mean, I don't know, what do you guys think? Some people like that, it's definitely a slimmer design. Some people like this. To me, it's not in the way at all. So, being able to use both of these, I think is awesome. Usually during my wars, I have people using both my Nightingales, both using my Phoenix. And so I just kind of grab whatever is there, what I'm playing or have time to play. So it being able to use both of these is awesome, because I know, even though I have about 25 of these or 30, a lot of times they're gone. And I'm like, okay, well, I can grab this or just grab one of these and kind of go, which is cool. But still, look at that. Now, I typically will run this on a 3S. It's probably the best way to go. I'll show you some of the battery options that I use. Pretty much you can use any battery that you use in the Nightingale in this. So you can see there's a lot of different options here. The 450s, the 550, the 750. You can even fit that larger 1300 milliamp battery that you can put in there. You don't have that much room, but you do have quite a bit of room. And I like this, having a ton of options depending on what it is that you want to put in there. But you can look, if you take off this front piece here, there is a lot of room up there for, your battery different options. And I got the larger battery in there, and it works just fine. There's no issues whatsoever you know, kind of in that front battery tray. So kind of take that what it is. Now this is full auto, and so I opted for, it's right about 6 to 8-ish, I would like say 10, but 6 to 8-ish darts per second, but you could definitely ramp this thing up. I think the 6 to 8-ish for me is really controllable, especially when it comes to 2-shot burst or just singling 1 or 2 of them off. So again, you could adjust it to, or put whatever pusher you want in there to make it shoot a lot quicker, but 6 to 8 I think is personally fine, but I know that's not quick enough for some people. I know the biggest comparison to this for me right now is going to be the Nightingale, right? The Nightingale is just kind of the same platform. I get that this is not full auto, but it is very, very similar. I mean, in design and just looks, I get this is boxier, but hey, I'll throw this up here. You know, in the hands, yeah, the Nightingale is like extremely lighter just because, again, it doesn't have all the moving stuff that this does. But still, I mean, it would be hard for me to pick between these two. I do like the full auto of the Quick, but I do like kind of how the Nightingale is. It feels really, really good in the hands, but still both absolutely awesome. I would love to put a little bit of grip tape up here, you know, in the future, but I don't think I'm there yet. But let's get out and let's just shoot this thing. So I'm just going to talk here in a little bit, and then I'll just let it play. But this is shooting right about 120, which is awesome. But, you know, shooting full auto, 2-round, 3-round burst, I had no issues. I'm only about 20-ish feet away because I tend to use this, you know, kind of some close quarter combat type stuff. But still, I mean, it still shoots far if you want to shoot far, but definitely up close it works, so enjoy. So there you go again. Always go back and watch that if you want to watch that. You guys, overall, this platform is really, really cool, especially with the different accessories that you can kind of put on here to kind of give you that, you know, shield busting ability or kind of special case scenario ability. It being full auto, it having the FlyCore system that's going to be modular. I'm super excited to kind of see in the future what other models and designs people are going to come up with where you can just take this whole system, plop it in there, and you're good. Oh man, I am super, super excited. I could just, in my head, I could think about the stuff that people can make if you put, you know, the larger size flywheels on here, and I'm like, oh man, you can make all kinds of things where you could just plop it in and just go. But overall, again, I got to thank Valtech Armory. You know, he made this whole buying experience very, very easy. It was ready to go. It was shipped to me quick. He kept in communications the whole time. He's awesome. He's an awesome, awesome dude, and it just looks awesome. I mean, the pictures that he sent looked awesome, but in person, you guys, this thing is awesome. I'm definitely going to use this in my wars coming up just to kind of see how it fares, but still, it looks great. I would say if you can get one, sure, get one. I know some people might go for, you know, the Nightingale here, but it is what it is. I just say if you want something unique, yeah, definitely pick this up because you have a lot more options of things you can do to this thing. But that is my 2 cents. Let me know what you guys think. I'm just kind of curious if you're going to pick one up or not. Thanks again, Fox fans. Whew.